Happy Thursday. Welcome to Couch Talks, our Q&A episode to the Feeling Things podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kat. And quick disclaimer before we get into today's question that although we are answering your questions, multiple today, this still does not serve as a substitute for therapy.
And our first question actually is about therapy and AI.
Yeah.
So I know that this is a hot topic amongst a lot of people, and we put up a Q&A box on our Instagram, Feeling Things Podcast, if you want to go follow, shout out. And Bretta sent in this question: thoughts on using ChatGPT as a therapist? And I've had conversations about this with my friends. My sister, she used it to kind of work through something she had going on recently. Yeah, she had a feeling that she hadn't ever quite experienced before. And it's her story to tell, so I'm not going to give the details, but it was just this sort of out of body feeling, but she knew the exact situation that was happening, and she typed it all into her ChatGPT, like the episode, her experience, where she was, the people, and then what she was then feeling. And it gave her information that was very helpful. Now, she does do talk therapy, but in that exact moment, it was good for her to have that explanation of what her brain, we'll call it that, or her body was likely doing to help her navigate the situation.
Okay.
And she said it was very, very informative. And then she could take that and then expand upon it, like herself, and then also in her talk therapy. So it was a tool for her in that way. So I'm curious to know your thoughts, Kat, being that you are a licensed therapist, what you think about people using ChatGPT as therapy, because there are some that are relying solely on it.
Like a lot of people. And I have a little bit of, I think I have a lot of bit of understanding of why somebody would do that. It's less vulnerable and it's free, essentially, if you have internet. So I get why that would be appealing. I've heard a lot of horror stories around this. And actually today I was scrolling on Instagram and Moshe posted, I think it was a video, I think from his podcast, and them talking about how there was a research study recently that found that ChatGPT was actually giving people really dangerous advice or helping them in dangerous ways. And I think the researchers were posing as like 13-year-old kids asking ChatGPT certain things. And at first, you'll type in like, what I want to do drugs. I don't know what they said, but like if you type in something like that, ChatGPT is going to send you something back that's like the warning issues with doing drugs and what that could do and how that would cause impairments in your life. But they said within a couple minutes, you could prompt it to bypass those like safeguards, and that ChatGPT was helping people figure out how to hide if you're doing drugs at school.
Like hide paraphernalia from...
Hide if you're like high.
Hide that you're high.
Yes.
Well, I was just thinking what they say, stick it in your underwear drawer.
Oh.
In a sock.
But yeah, they might be doing that. But it said that it was able to give advice on topics such as hiding drug intoxication at school, how to restrict your diet, and how to generate a suicide note. And that all they had to do, a lot of them, is just say, this is for a friend, or I'm doing research for a presentation for school.
Oh, so that bypasses anything that is built into that to be like, hey, we probably shouldn't talk about this.
Yeah.
Or go speak to an adult or a therapist or get help.
And this is like, ChatGPT knows these kids thinks these kids are 13. So that's one reason that I'm like, this isn't the best thing, because you can coach it to give you what you want. And not just in dangerous situations like that, but you can probably coach it to give you the feedback you want. When you go to therapy, you don't always hear what you want to hear.
Oh, I will agree that I think that I have felt a vibe from my ChatGPT that it like wants to make me happy.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily use it for any therapy type stuff, but I have asked it certain questions before. Have you seen those videos where people, I think maybe we've talked about it before, they're like, you want to see all my text messages? Take my phone, read them all. I don't care. You want to see my emails? Take my phone. I don't care. You want to see my ChatGPT history? And they like throw their phone out the window and they're like, never, because of how much they share with ChatGPT, which to me is also worrisome because we're just like typing our
that.
lives away to this database. Like all of our information is somewhere and it's being gathered and collected. And that is part is creepy to me. And I see how my sister used it as a tool in a moment to get impossible information. And what was fed to her was very helpful and it made sense to her. It explained at least kind of what she was doing in that moment or what was happening with her body. But then it kind of stopped there. Now, I do have another friend that is very, very, very analytical and I think likes the type of feedback that ChatGPT gives them versus a therapist because they just kind of want to know, boom, 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 just give me the basics and then I'll figure it out. And I kind of want the hard facts of why what is. But I know therapy is just such deeper inner work that I don't think a computer could ever understand, right?
Yeah. And actually, I think this is one of those things where it is a both and. Now, in the back of my head, I'm like, is it worth the risk? That's what I think about. If it's doing this for these 13-year-olds, is it worth the risk? I have some thoughts and feelings on that. But at the same time, the both and of it, it can be helpful and there's things that it cannot do and it should not substitute for. And I actually have a post from Onsite, which is what would you call it? A retreat center, therapy retreat center here in Nashville.
Yeah, I've gone. Yeah. I went with my kids and my ex-husband when we did our little co-parenting retreat. That's where we went, and it was very helpful. I will say too, you mentioned your last source was Moshe and him sharing that study. So in case people don't know, he has a newsletter and an Instagram, and he has a podcast called Mo News, and his name is Moshe. And he's a really great resource for news and things that are going on in the world that's delivered in a non-biased, non-toxic way. So I just wanted to shout him out because we love him.
I found him through you.
Yeah, he's great.
So this comes from Onsite, and their Instagram handle is Experience Onsite, and it's just a carousel, and it says what AI can do and what it can't do when it comes to therapy. And I really like how they put the both and in here, kind of. You can gather their vibe. I'm going to read them to you, okay? So AI can't give you the growth that comes from struggle. AI can solve your problems, but you won't become stronger, more resourceful, or better at pattern recognition because you didn't do the hard work yourself. AI can give you a good starting point. It can write a decent first draft of a book, article, or speech that you can then edit and improve with your own voice. And I think that sometimes they're talking, I think, more broadly, but a lot of times in therapy, you're working out a script to go share with somebody if there's something you want to talk about with somebody. AI will feed it to you. And you can do a back and forth, but they will just feed it to you versus therapy. I think there's more, it's coming from you first and you're working on it together with a person. AI can't create genuine human connection. AI can't provide the mutual vulnerability or authentic emotional. I don't know how to say this word.
Oh, fun. Give it to me because you know me and words. It's.
Oh my gosh. We have to cut this out.
No. Piper, no. You give me that word.
Resonance.
Say it. Oh, resonance? Well, you know what word? Hey.
I don't know how to, my brain wouldn't compute that when I just saw it.
Well, you're being vulnerable right now. And I will say a word I struggle with that's similar that I can't ever say. I still can't say it to this day. Like if I come across it, if I'm reading a story at work, and I've been doing this since I started the Bobby Bones Show in 2006, and I used to do the Hollywood Skinny, and a lot of times celebrities would end up in jail, and they would have to release themselves on their own. And it's like this word, like
bail,
recognizance. I don't know the word.
What?
I still don't know it, and I don't know why I can't ever know it. But that's the word. Like, and I would have to say it in the Skinny, and I could never say it. So now, if I ever come across the word, or I just skip over it, and I'm like, yeah, it was up to them to release themselves. They got themselves out on bail.
Wait, I want to know what that word is.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know. It's not a common word that we use, but I've come across it many times over the years, and now I just skip it. And you would think that after a certain point, I would just learn how to pronounce it, but my brain doesn't. It doesn't compute it.
Yeah, that's how I feel with
comprehend it or
with
something.
how to spell restaurant. I couldn't tell you, or guarantee. Couldn't tell you how to spell it.
Ooh, I can get you a guarantee, but I cannot spell license. Driver's license.
But like also it's I've looked it up a million times, but for some reason I keep coming back to like I can't spell guarantee or restaurant.
You know who can spell it for me? ChatGBT.
We'll put that in what they can do. Okay, I have a couple more slides of this. Anyway, the word was resonance. We'll move on from that one. AI can't help you resolve conflict in relationships. Even if AI gives you the perfect words to say, your partner after conflict, your partner will know it's not really you apologizing, removing all humanity and authenticity from the interaction. AI can help you reflect on your own feelings. AI can ask questions to help you identify what you're feeling, what you might have done wrong, or what outcomes you want, so you can enter the conversation knowing yourself better. I appreciate that, and I think that's very helpful. It can, and I've used AI to like help me get creative about things. I've had it help me like brainstorm stuff. What in therapy I think it misses in those spaces is, you know how your therapist can be like, is that really what you think? Or is that like really how you feel? Or let's like get a little deeper in that. You don't have that interaction that challenges you because it can't actually like feel you in your experience. And here's the last one. AI can't mean what it says, which I think is very interesting. AI might tell you exactly what you want to hear, but it can't say it from a place of genuine human understanding and connection. It's better to be surrounded by those who tell you what you surrounded by those who tell you what you need to hear, even if it's uncomfortable. AI can be available any time of the day. So it's there when you need it, but it's also not always what you need.
So I guess in a nutshell, it's a tool and we should treat it as such.
Yeah. And let's not, we have that, but we don't have to get rid of this other thing. Yeah. Which is therapy.
So there you go. Our thoughts on ChatGPT. You know, my daughter and a lot of kids are using it in school, but I could tell with some of her schoolwork, okay, fine, that's one thing. But I could tell she was responding to me about something kind of personal, and I got the text, and it seemed like it was copied and pasted from ChatGPT. To your point of like if you have an argument with a spouse or a partner, they're going to know. Well, same thing with mom and kids. I can't blame her for going to ChatGPT to like, if she doesn't know how to express what she's trying to say, maybe she's asking for the words, but then you need to take a look at them and see like, is this what I was trying to say? And can I say it in my own words? She just copied and pasted it and texted it to me as if she wrote it. And also ChatGPT talks in a different way than teenagers text. So I knew right away, I'm like, this is a lot of words and none of them are abbreviated or like, bro, or anything like that. Yeah. So I just was like, oh, dang. So I've been trying to nudge and encourage her. Like, I get that y'all are going to use this. I mean, they're the first generation that has it at their fingertips for school. And now if they're using it for hard conversations and copying and pasting it with friends, like communication for these kids is going to be really, really, really hard because you need to, your favorite thing, be able to critically think through something and know how to give an honest response. Again, I think using it as a tool and a guide of like, hey, this is what I'm trying to say, and I would like to say it in an articulate, thoughtful way. Can you help me? And if they give a guide, but then you take that and pull what's authentic to you and throw out the rest. Not just no thought at all behind it. Just, thanks for the answer. Copy, paste, send. Because I felt the disconnect.
But also, I think I get it because we didn't have this option. We didn't have an option of it is uncomfortable and it's difficult. It's effort, it's energy, it's hard to do all that on your own, to critically think on your own, to come up with that stuff on your own, to be in those conversations on your own. So if I had something at my fingertips that I could just use and bypass all that, I think I probably would. So I think that they're put in a really hard position where they have to push past that urge to do that. And that sounds just as hard to like avoid taking that easier road, that sounds hard. Like most people would say like, yeah, I want the thing that makes life easier. Now in the long run, does it make life harder? I think in some areas, but I don't know. I think this is a larger conversation, obviously, and I'm not an AI expert, but we've been, just like social media, we were given this tool without any safeguards on how this is going to affect us or like regulations. It's just like willy-nilly out there. And how do you regulate that? I don't think they thought about how that could affect society.
Yeah.
In a bad way. It just was how it could make it better.
It's like I love the future, and then sometimes I'm annoyed by the future.
I'm
and then let me tell you,
future.
like I'm scared. Yeah, but I also like a lot of the conveniences we now have because of
like cars and planes.
Creations and inventors and all the things. Thank you for your genius brains. And then there's also some things being created with genius brains that I'm like, no.
But we could do without AI.
I feel like that song, like I don't even know really specifically what Bye Bye American Pie is about.
Don't sing it.
Yeah, Houston will cut it. Bye, bye. I just know that song, but something that just loops in my head sometimes when I'm thinking about how things change is the day the music died. I mean, maybe that's because I also work in radio and I feel like radio's had such a shift and it's like, oh man, it's just not what it used to be. And I hate that. And then my head goes, the day the music died. Do you have like a soundtrack in your head? Is it just me? Surely.
If you would ask my husband that, he would say 100%. I always have songs, but there's like the same songs at certain parts of the day. Like when I'm taking a shower for some reason, there's 2 songs that I end up singing. Well, 3.
Just
the national anthem.
What? The national anthem? What? In the shower? Did you know I sang that once at a baseball game? Yeah, in front of like people. That was weird because I can't sing.
That's just the first one.
So, okay.
And then the second one is a song that I wrote when I was little I had a keyboard and it had like the pre-written songs and I would pretend like I was playing those songs because I never really learned how to play the piano. And I wrote this song and I taught Patrick some of it too. So like I'll sing it and it'll be like his part and then he sings it. And then the third song is Fergalicious. Fergalicious Deaf.
Fergalicious Deaf.
Deaf, 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 deaf.
Oh,
I love my hums too. Okay.
Cryo Cat sings my humps.
Okay, so those are my 3.
Not shocked.
Shower. Yeah. Also, yeah, that does make sense.
My humps, my humps, my humps.
Is that your shower song?
It was just my start the day song.
Her start the day song. So, with you, that's interesting that you have such a variety. Like you have a patriotic jam, a personal written jam that by you.
Yeah.
And then you even taught your husband certain parts. Mm-hmm. And then you have a Black Eyed Peas song.
Yeah.
Or is that
That's
Fergie?
Fergie. I think
It's just Fergie.
Fergie.
It's not Black Eyed Peas. Okay.
Yeah. So I would say I have a soundtrack. So every part of the day, probably a different song pops into my head.
I love that you start the day with the national anthem.
Respect.
That is hilarious. Okay. I don't know. I just think for me, it's more so certain thoughts come in and then a song attaches to it.
That song is about the day that music died. I've heard this recently. What is that about?
That's why I said I don't know the exact. That's why I was
It's
trying
about
to
a
say.
day and
I don't. It might be about something totally different, but I'm assigning it to the end of something. Like
it was about like a serious thing in history, though. I'm pretty sure.
Was it Vietnam
Who
related?
sang that song?
Bye bye Miss American Bye. Drove a Chevy to the levee.
Did you say bye bye Miss America bye?
No, Miss American Pie.
Okay, I was like, I thought you said bye, and I was like, wait,
I was like, please tell me it's American Pie.
We'll come back to that.
We'll circle back. Shannon's not here to help us Google and figure it out, but Don McLean. That's who at least sings it. I don't know who wrote it, but I have assigned it to just anytime something is changing or feels like not the good old days. And like my brain goes, well, that's the day the music died.
I'm trying to harmonize with you.
Nailed it. Oh, did someone?
Is it about a plane crash?
Oh,
Yes.
maybe it's when Buddy Holly and
Yes. Okay.
Now this is just off the dome because I'm recalling the guys, all those artists that got on the plane, and yeah, Richie.
I don't know who either of those people.
Okay,
any of those people.
Did you ever watch La Bamba, the movie?
Never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
La Bamba?
La Bamba.
La Bamba.
Maybe
No?
I said La Bamba, but I meant La Bamba. So they were all playing a show somewhere, and someone had a bus, and then there was a plane. And the people that decided to ride back on the plane crashed, and they died. But everybody on the plane was super talented and had such a bright future. Now it's all coming back to me.
You were like, I said something big in history. Did you say Vietnam War?
Yeah, because I was trying to just piece together something.
Is that same like time period? I think
it maybe was before that. I'm not a history teacher cat, but I feel like maybe Vietnam was that 70s, and I feel like this was maybe 60s, and now Shannon, you are appreciated.
Yeah,
Shannon, if we have ever taken your Googling job for granted, we wish you were here because this would be really helpful information so that people could know. Okay, well, CryoCat is doing video and
wow.
Also sending us facts. I do now remember that song is tied to that, but in my brain, that particular line is tied to, whenever there's something like changing and it's changing at a faster pace. Like change used to happen, and now I feel like the savvier we get with technology, the faster life is going to change. At a rapid rate. Okay. Don McLean's 1971 song, American Pie, is an 8.5 minute nostalgic look at the 1960s and a tribute. Oh, so it did. Yeah, it happened in this February 3rd, 1959. So this was before Vietnam. Boom. We shouldn't doubt ourselves. We are history buffs. Okay, so everybody on the plane was Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and J.P. Richardson died in a plane crash. But whenever I see Richie Valens, I think of La Bamba and his mom. When she learned about it, she screams, Richie, or maybe it was his brother. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but that's another one you should watch.
But it's from the 60s?
No, it was probably made in the 80s or 90s, and it's looking back. I know, but it's a movie made about his life.
Oh, okay.
You know how they do that?
Yeah,
like
I know how they do that. But I was like, I'm not watching a movie from the 60s.
No. No, it was later. But, I mean, it was about that plane crash. Okay.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of other questions that were sent in that we can just do rapid fire since we covered like the ChatGBT as a therapist was the main one. Sarah asked, where can I get your shirt with the Feeling Things quote on it, which the shirt says Feeling Things on the front, and on the back it says have the day you need to have. And Kat and I have been wearing it and testing it out. And we don't have a date because we're still wearing it and testing it out. We're testing out lots of things.
Yeah.
But I would say that has stood the test.
Yes. You will eventually be able to
like
have
that one's that you're likely going to see. But we're being very, very careful about what we do because if we put it out, we want you to love it because there's some stuff where we want to be intentional. Yes. Because there's some stuff that we thought we were going to like. And then the more we were with it, we're like, oh, wait, we don't like this. And then there's also some stuff that I didn't like in the beginning that now I'm like, oh, wait, I do like this. Mm-hmm. So we're just product development. Our product development team, us, is working on that. So we will let y'all know because Claire also sent in a question, when is merch dropping? So that covers her question too. Elizabeth said, when is Kat going to watch Friends? Well, probably right around the time she watches La Bamba and Pretty Woman. Never. When are you going to watch Friends? I thought I assigned it to you.
You did?
Well, maybe. Why would Elizabeth ask that?
Maybe because we talked about.
Okay.
I don't remember you assigning that to me. But if you did, I'm very sorry. I forgot to do my assignment. And I don't see myself ever watching it because I just don't. I have no urge. I feel like the time has passed.
It's so good though.
I think there's other shows that I gravitate towards. I just don't know if like I didn't watch that, so I don't have the same like nostalgic feelings about that show. So it doesn't feel fun to. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to go watch Friends. You know?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I wish I could be excited about it.
You also didn't trust me about snail serum, and then you tried it, and you were like, okay, this is awesome. So I feel like that's how you might be about Friends, which leads me into my next question from Jessica. Is the Biopel Serum worth using, even if not using the entire routine? Yes. I would say you don't have to use the Biopel routine to have benefits from the snail serum, right?
Yeah, that's how I first started using it, just using the snail serum.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
Jessica, yeah, you can keep doing your other stuff and then just do the snail serum treatments every once in a while and on top of your routine. And if you do want to check it out, try code HAPPY or happy 25. You know, sometimes you just like test out
real
codes.
Confident.
Well, both of those codes have
which one's
worked
gonna
at
work.
one point or another, and hopefully they still work. Just don't pay full price because it goes on sale. Amazon will have it on sale every once in a while with their big Prime Day stuff, and then Biopel will do sales. So I'm just here to tell you, I don't care how you get it, just get it on sale. Because if you're trying it, if I'm recommending it to you, I want you to try it at a
Price.
I mean, it's pricey because it is a medical grade luxury skincare treatment, but I just want you to get it at a discount. So try code happy 25 or wait for a sale and then stock up. Or on our Feeling Things podcast Instagram, which is Feeling Things Podcast, go follow it because occasionally we do Biopel snail giveaways and you never know when you might get lucky. Next question is from Kimberly. Would you ever consider linking your clothes and accessories? Oh, speaking of our Instagram, we've thought about that and we've tried. We're just like not, we'll try.
What I think I want to say is like, yes, when you're excited about something, you will, and you have before. But I don't think it'll ever become something that we are doing like every single time we have an outfit on, we're linking it.
Right. I don't think we're
vibe.
those people,
Yeah.
but I feel like I have more outfits I'm excited about that I don't like. I am excited about it. And then I don't link it.
We're
Like, I don't
really
know why it's not my go-to because I think it would be helpful. I actually ran into a listener at E-Rose the other day. I was getting a smoothie and we were talking about like this, colostrum stuff. And I was like, oh, I think I have a code for that. I said, but I haven't shared it because I don't know. I don't want to overload people. And she's like, well, you might as well just give people the choice. Like if they want it, she goes, I know I would appreciate the code because I'm buying it anyway. So if you had a code, that would be cool. And I said, well, I don't want people to think I'm pushing that product. I mean, I use it. I've used it every day for 2 years, but I haven't. And it's not a deal with the brand. They just gave me a code. Like I'm not being paid to post about them, I guess. But I guess with my code, I would get a commission, which is anytime you're posting, a lot of times there is a commission. Sometimes there's not. I'll just link whatever because I don't have a commissionable link or I don't have a code. I'll just share like, oh, you want this jacket or whatever. But the info I got from her, I guess the feedback I got from her, I was like, oh, I looked at it with a different perspective of like, well, maybe I'm not bothering people. I guess if they want it, they could take it. And if they don't, they keep going.
As long as it's not every post you're posting a link, which I don't think is going to be you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think both of us have been trying to be more active and it just does not come natural to us. So sometimes you'll see us post 15 things in one day and then we'll go silent for like a week.
Yeah. I'm like, here, what links do you want? Because clearly like I have the dopamine or whatever I need to be able to do the links and I get them out. And then, I won't do it again for another couple of months, and also too, I think I have a fear of I feel like just some of it is just, it's overwhelming how much is out there and there's this overconsumption and the word that's coming to mind is insufferable. Is that?
Yeah, that's a strong word though.
That is a strong word, but I sometimes I'm just like over it.
Yeah.
But also I'm part of it. So I'm like, well, shoot.
Yeah.
Like that's not a fun place to be.
Yeah. Well,
because I don't want to be adding to the problem. Oh, someone did send us a DM that said, hey, could your next deep dive be on influencers? And like all the links that they post and if they actually use the stuff. And I'm like, well, there's no way for us to really know. And then also I replied back and I was like, oh, I know that's such a sticky place. Like I know I have people that I follow where I'm just like, I kind of get the ick about it. And I said, and then also sometimes I am that person. And there are things that I use and I genuinely love. And then I get the opportunity to partner with a brand on it. Like, it would be silly for me to say no. Now, I know sometimes I've done more than I wanted, and then I had to pull back because it didn't feel in alignment with me. Not because I didn't genuinely use the product or like it, but it just felt like too much. And I didn't want to be part of the too much.
Yeah.
And
that's why you can never commit to that being your full-time job, because you would like quit your job every other week. Like now you have the freedom to post when you want and not when you don't. But if you are just an influencer, you would be like the world's worst.
That's your only income. Yes. Well, but I do think if like I was, I'm trying to think of a situation. Like I was in a dire straits, desperate situation. Like I'd be like, okay, I will, as long as it was in alignment with me, I think I would find the drive and the desire to post more. Like if that was what I needed to do, I wouldn't do anything that didn't feel in alignment. That,
who knows?
I guess it depends on how desperate I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what this girl's asking about. And who knows those influencers, who knows their situation? Maybe they're desperate, but probably not. Because I can guarantee you they're probably making a ton of money. They're making so much money. It's crazy. Okay. So Kimberly, we've considered it. Ashley, we'll close with this one. Is it hard working together and being friends?
SIB.
Okay.
Do you want me to answer first?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this before, so those are real answers. What if I was like, it's the worst?
Well, what do you mean? These are our real answers, even if we had talked about it beforehand. But you mean we just didn't like what?
We didn't go through any of this before we sat down. So yeah, you're getting this the first time.
Like it would be real no matter what, but you're getting the raw real.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
Thank you. Obviously. Is it hard? I think, this is so new. So right, there have been hard parts, but I wouldn't say it was hard. What's hard is finding time to just hang out, because I think the more we're working together, the more the time we're together, we're working, versus the time we're together, we're just hanging out.
Right. It's like, oh, well, I saw Kat twice this week already, but it was really work. So finding that balance, I agree. And then also, I think because we know that work can be a challenge for friendships, I think from the get-go, we've been intentional about addressing things head on. So we do have our fun little acronym, like you mentioned, SIV. And I think that has helped us that would help us even if we weren't working together, like just as friends. That has been a cool thing, but it definitely has come in handy on work days. Yeah. And then I think just being extremely thoughtful, and I know I keep using the word intentional, but that's what it is.
Thoughtful this week.
Oh.
You know what I was texting you about, and I was like, I think you're overthinking this. And you're like, no, but I want to be thoughtful, and I want to not. So you really are.
Well, I think that I've been in situations before where there just wasn't the best communication, and it's a real bummer. Yeah. And I have to own my role in that too. And so I also have learned like, how do I want to do things differently? And I don't think I'm trying to be super thoughtful. Same thing with you. I think we want to be considerate of the other person. Like, I'm not like, I need to be thoughtful about this. I think it's coming naturally because I care about you. But then I want to be really intentional with my words so that it doesn't end up causing any tension. So like, let's just talk about this openly, honestly, and thoughtfully. And then we don't muddy the water, and there's nothing lingering. I think that would be the worst thing for us if there was just something lingering and then we had to sit down and work together.
If I was like resenting you about something right now, I would have, okay, this is how you guys can know if there's something going on. I am not a good liar. So.
Faker.
Yes. I can't fake things. I like feel so awkward. So if I had to like fake like liking you, I think that would not be a good episode.
No.
Yeah.
Probs not.
Props.
Okay. Probs not. So, cool. I mean, if you are considering working with a friend, just keep acronyms in mind, like ones that make you laugh.
And I think it depends on the friend. Like I have a lot of friends that I think that I don't know that it would work as well. Not that they're bad friends, but I think just because you can work with one friend doesn't mean you can work with them all.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I meant by that.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Cool.
There you go.
Thanks for
a little
questions.
Q&A. If y'all want to send in emails for Couch Talks, you can hit up heythere@feelingthingspodcast.com. And then you can hit us up in DMs. We can pull questions from anywhere. So if you...
Well, DMs get lost easier. So
I know, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
if like I referenced a couple of them today
Yeah.
and then that was from our question box, but I happen to think, I'm just saying, you never know if you just connect with us in whatever way. Cause I also would love a good voicemail, which we get some, not all of them are ones that people want us to play, but they're leaving us voicemails. And I think that that's thoughtful. So I'll go ahead and drop that number now. 877-207-2077. See, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So 877-207-2077. All right, that's the wrap on today's episode.
we hope you
The day the music died. We hope you
have the day
need to have.
Bye.
Bye.